Hello, Greg. Here is your sewer scope from today's inspection. It's me down in the basement, just kind of giving you some orientation. So where we are, there's that floor clean outs next to that questionable gate valve. We drop into cast iron. There's a fair amount of cast iron flakes. That's kind of what you're getting an ultra close-up of right there. I just sticking my hand down the drain to be able to nudge the camera head around this. Those flakes tend to kind of impede the progress. I'll get past this. Up here, right where we transition to clay, those are roots, obviously, or maybe not obviously. But then again, there's this pile of roots, and I would say it's flakes as well. Now we're into clay. Again, here are the connection points. This is us holding water and paper. Like we talked about today, the root growth is a barrier, obviously, and it's going to stop solids. So paper products, for one, get mixed in there and just create a dam, right? So it's gonna tend to hold water. That's relatively heavy growth right there, and again, we're holding water at this point, so not any visibility whatsoever. This does improve a little bit on the return trip after I've kind of cleared things out with my camera head. But again, this is enough growth that I would strongly recommend having the pipe cleaned out. It'll take me a bit to get past this guy right here. Again, also like we talked about today, I don't generally like to use my camera head as a battering ram. I'll eventually push past it. Obviously it's a sewer pipe, but it is fairly dirty as well, so the camera lens tends to get mucked up also. I will wash it off the best I can. Additionally, there'll be a point up ahead where I'll take a little bit of a break to turn on some water, but the water never reaches where the camera lens is. Eventually it would have. It would build up enough where it would get over all of this, but it's just, again, it speaks to the point that without doing a little bit of maintenance on the pipe, there's eventually going to be a backup in the house because of that. Would that take 6 months, 3 months, 6 years for that to happen? I can't say, but it inevitably would happen. So this is me turning that water on here. Give me a second to get that done and come back. The roots do lessen the further out from the house you go. It makes sense, you get into the street where there's obviously not any trees growing in the street, and especially as the pipe starts to take a downward turn towards the city connection, it's just, they're not as prevalent. Another kind of thing to think about, obviously, the closer you are to the house, the less distance the backup would need in order to get back into the house. So it's not a positive that the roots are closer to the house. There are a couple of circumferential cracks that I think I'm seeing in the line. There's one up ahead here at about 87 feet that I took a still picture of. Right about coming up right before this joint. So right there on your right. I know it's hard, I go past it a little bit quickly. I don't have good visibility when I'm just looking at my little screen there. But again, there's a still picture in your report. Definitely something to dig into. And here's the city connection right here, right at about 100 feet, right? So Decent length, typical length for our area, about 100 feet. We're anywhere from about 80 to 120 feet normally. So read through your written report. There'll be recommendations on cleaning and further evaluating that crack or those cracks in the line. Look through that. There'll be details as to where I'm spotting them. But again, I want you to clean out the pipe so it gets cleared and we get complete visibility or better visibility on the pipe. That way you can make a more informed decision. I'm going to keep the camera rolling as I pull back. Feel free to watch the return trip, and as always, don't hesitate to reach out to me with any questions or if I can be of help.